Paul Heyman, Town Hall, Joey Styles and Taz are on commentary.
Ball licking.
Yeah, big style.
Yeah, crazy.
This honestly, I'll be real with you. A lot of this felt like Vince started back ECW to rib them.
Yeah, you're right. It was just a
It felt like
tell them to shut up.
Yeah, it felt like they started this to rib them and make them lick their balls on the ECW product.
Yeah, you're right. Talk about. I want to hear Joey Styles talk about superstars.
Yeah, like it definitely felt like a ball licking program.
Well, they were trying to make it a little different, James, because do you remember what they weren't superstars, of course. Do you remember what the ECW guys were called?
Fuck, what were they? They're the Tribe of Extreme, and then
they were
Business and the
close. Yeah. They were the ECW Rebels, of course. That's what they were referred to as, the Rebels.
They were also the New Breed Unleashed. I don't know if you heard that on commentary. They never mentioned it.
New Breed Unleashed.
They only mentioned it 500 times, and that was fed to Joey Styles' headset for sure.
Yeah, of course.
So Heyman introduces Rob Van Dam, who is the new WWE champion.
Heyman is, by the way, introduced as the representative of ECW.
Not for too
What the
much
hell does that
longer.
mean? Yeah, what is that? But like, he's the booker? What
He's
is that?
like the general
Commissioner?
manager, right? I guess.
He's
but
the John
representing-
Cena of ECW. As a matter of fact, we'll have John Cena come up in just a few minutes.
He also beat up Just Incredible.
So RVD comes out and he says, "Hey, I'm the champion."
Whoa.
And I hope John Cena does show up because he is excited to face me again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the new champion. And
Was
by the way, check out his spins.
whoa. Was RVD not EC? For some reason, I had a memory of RVD already being ECW champion in
No, he
OG
was
ECW.
not.
Was he? I thought of that because either his figure came with the ECW title, or I gave him the ECW title on my fig fed. Maybe that's what it was.
He was
Yeah,
gonna.
that's probably,
I think he was gonna
Yeah.
win it, but he never did because the company closed. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
I
so,
imagine
yeah.
he was going to beat Mike Awesome for it.
well, here's the deal. Paul Heyman introduces Rob Van Dam with the new ECW World title.
Yes.
It looks horrible.
He gives it to him. It's not the real one.
It is a 2mm plate straight off of Pakistan eBay. It looks like trash. Compared to the fucking WWE title he's holding,
Yeah.
that shit
Oh my
looks like
God.
a toy. and Vince said, "Yeah, it does. It is a toy. This whole
It's
company's a
shit.
shitty little toy. Bring out the zombie."
Where was the original title, James?
What did he get burned by Rhino?
I think Rhino has it, right? I don't know if it got burned yet, though, but it probably is
He
soon.
destroyed.
he burned the TV one. I know for sure. Was it the World War
Yeah.
II? He destroyed that.
I
Well,
imagine he had both, right?
Yeah, he should have brought the ECW World Title, and then Just Incredible should have come out and said, "That's mine. That's mine."
And then he beats him up.
Yeah, he kicked the shit out of him, and all the other guys
Yeah.
come and kick the shit out of him too. You fucking piece of shit. So
Heyman gives him a blatant fucking replica ECW title. It
Garbage.
looks fucking super weird, like very red too. Like it was like it just felt weird. I don't know. It wasn't good.
yeah, I actually wrote down here. I said, I wish RVD would have taken both of these titles and thrown them on the fucking ground.
That would have been cool as hell.
Yeah, fuck these titles. So, anyways, John Cena is going to come out here, but of course, RVD says first that he wants to keep both of the titles because the WWE title spins.
Yeah, whoa, look at this. I'm gonna keep this one.
He gets booed.
Yeah, the fans are chanting "throw the belt." They don't want him to have that shit.
Yeah,
they
and
do boo when he says, "I'm gonna keep this one." Look at it spins.
I bet you, I
Boo.
guarantee you that was pitched at some point to do the franchise joint.
Yeah.
And that's what they should have fucking did.
It would have been awesome.
If you're gonna start a goddamn war and you're invading each other's shows and you're doing shit, why the fuck would Rob Van Dam even want to keep this shitty title? Fuck this
Well,
thing.
because he's cool and look at a cool belt.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? Isn't
Yeah, come
beating
on, man.
John Cena enough? We beat John Cena at ECW. Now we have the WWE title here. You shouldn't have let me fucking take it, and now I'm gonna fucking throw it down because that's ECW. That's just what they did.
That's what ECW
Right,
would have
yeah,
done.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Heyman especially would have did it.
Yeah,
He's like, "Throw
Heyman would have
that down.
pissed on it. Yeah, yeah.
Let me fucking slap my balls on that one.
They could have just recreated the Shane Douglas moment.
Yeah, I thought they were Tony. All right, anyways. So Edge and Lita come out here first.
God bless Lita. Why doesn't 2K put this outfit in the game? Except instead of those 6 years of the same one they've been
There's
doing.
so many questions I have for that. We're not going to get into any of those. So, of course, I wrote down here that we're starting the new ECW with a goddamn talking segment. I can't believe this.
with a guy that's not in ECW.
Yeah, so Edge says him and RVD are going to tear the house down at the next pay-per-view.
This was very weird. He says, we got a lot in common. We both won Money in the Bank, both cashed in. We both broke the glass ceiling because of our ability, and it's going to be an honor to tear the house down at Vengeance with you. And RVD believes him and shakes his hand, but he struggles to do so because he has so many belts on.
What a dumbass idiot. Like, I swear
He's
to God,
stupid.
this was a rib. This was just a rib. Vince said, yeah, go out there and look like a dumbass, you big dumbass.
I guess he always kind of thought that of RVD as like the airheaded fucking guy because he just wanted him to say cool and awesome and whatever and all the time. So he didn't really think much of RVD as a human being character.
Well, neither does Edge because Edge shakes his hand and then spears him.
My God, how could you do this? Joey says,
I can't believe Edge would do that.
Dude, Joey says, that's disrespectful. That's WWE is what that is. What?
All right. So Edge,
talking about?
Edge does the RVD taunt. And
awesome.
Of course, the new double champion getting fucking beat up in the opener segment.
looks cool as hell
of the
here.
new show. RVD looks like a chump.
Yeah.
I don't want to get rid of the WWE title, dude. I like this title. I think the WWE's pretty good. We're gonna fucking invade the Brawl, though, dude.
Easy dub. Easy dub.
Fuck, you guys we're already getting off on 1 foot wrong.
Easy dub.
So Edge and Lita then leave through the crowd, but holy shit, it's John Cena.
Did people?
So
in the crowd
it's just Raw allowed here? We're just letting Raw come here, all the time.
This is an invasion.
It's an invasion for them to fight.
Well, even worse, James. Heyman invited Edge and Lita. I think they say that.
Yeah, the Edge and Lita were invited, and John Cena said on Raw he's gonna show up. So there,
Okay.
that's how they make sense
So
of it.
Cena is invading, but Edge and Lita were invited.
They were
RVD
invited to attack the champion.
win. That's right.
All right.
And Cena shows up in the crowd. Did the crowd not realize it was Cena?
I don't
'Cause
know
I
if
feel
the
like
crowd
nobody
knew they were
reacts.
there. They didn't react
Yeah,
at all
that's
to
fair.
anything
They
the
didn't
entire
take
night.
shit. Yeah.
Lita doesn't even react. Lita looks at John Cena like 3 times and doesn't connect 2 and 2 that's John Cena.
You're
Just a guy in a hat.
He's just standing there. I think the crowd was shocked because they wanted to see a wrestling match and they got a 15-minute promo.
They should have an ECW show and got Raw. They said, "Oh shit, where's the aliens?"
I wanted to watch Ring of Honor. What is this?
Dude, Tony, I bet you that's what it was, man. I bet you it was like here's all the real small ECW fans. They all showed up to
The
support
nothing,
ECW.
nobody ECW fans that don't matter.
Paul Heyman sitting in a ring while RD gets his ass kicked by Edge and John Cena and Lita, the fucking raw ball lickers that everyone's fucking tired of. And that's unbelievable, man.
And then even the sci-fi fans that were in the crowd were like, "Where the fuck are the aliens?" And they didn't get the aliens either. So there's a lot of unhappy people.
Don't worry, they get something later, Tony.
They were in the crowd too.
Where the fuck are the aliens? There's no aliens.
I like the sci-fi fans showing up live is crazy.
They're waiting
They
for
didn't
the
watch it on
aliens.
TV.
Sci-fi fans went to the fucking thing and saw it. That was awesome.
This is just raw. This is raw. This is all it is.
This
sci-fi
is
fans
just raw.
wanted-
It's raw
Yeah.
on a smaller scale.
The sci-fi fans just wanted to be on sci-fi.
Good for them because they were. Cena is now brawling with Edge in the crowd to, of course, start the new ECW. Of course,
RVD is laid out.
RVD has been speared through the ring. RVD is now the third party in this John Cena Edge fight. They're literally pushing RVD out of the way. He's 2 champions.
That becomes pretty appropriate for how this ends for RVD as well, too. So.
Oh, and of course, she thought maybe RVD would get his heat back after getting speared by Edge. No, Edge just low. And then, of course, all the stars are here.
The ECW rebels of the FBI and Stevie Richards and Tommy Dreamer in a Tommy Dreamer shirt and Paul Mahoney are here. So check out Paul Heyman, not RVD.
Al
Is Al there?
Al Snow's in the
it was
back.
Jay White.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
my-
it did look like Al.
Jay White.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. I couldn't believe this was the start to ECW.
Dude, this is every fucking backstage ECW segment. Is all them in a little circle. EC fucking W. We're gonna invade Monday Night Raw, and then Sandman somewhere just yelling all drunk. It's hilarious.
Dude, I didn't even think of the scope of that. Is that the first return ECW show the first segment ends with Paul Heyman and RVD being laid out.
Dude, not even to mention that John Cena does all this and he doesn't give a shit about the WWE title that he lost. He doesn't hold it up. He doesn't even fight for the title.
Leaves
He doesn't fight
for
for the
rest of
title
the
at the
night.
pay-per-view either. He doesn't. So it's
No, he
what
doesn't.
the
You're
fuck?
right.
This is stupid.
So backstage, Paul Heyman is rallying the troops.
How dare Edge ruin our celebration? And how dare John Cena screw with ECW like this? We're going to show up on Monday Night Raw to show them about ECW. All right.
Dude, this is so fucking. I don't
Why
know.
don't you
Maybe
go beat him up now?
maybe 20 years ago, like this was like, I can't really.
It was cooler for
I
sure
did,
back
I didn't
then.
really fucking fuck with this shit at all. I was
Yeah.
kind of out. So I don't know if like people were like super drinking the Kool-Aid still, but like,
I was.
it has aged like fucking milk.
No,
This is
yeah.
so
it's horrible.
This
It
is
was-
so stupid.
It was definitely cool when it's like its own show. When it was like a WWE thing, but it was still like not with Raw or SmackDown. It was still kind of cool. Like, okay, this is sort of ECW is, and then like,
Yeah, invasion stuff was always fun, even if it, even like the worst, like people running in on other shows was fun to watch. At least then it was.
I can understand that. I can understand
yeah.
that.
except
Okay.
the back,
Yeah, yeah.
looking
So, like,
back at
that's-
this backstage segment with like 6 people chanting ECW, and we're gonna go
This
take
is
on
so
cheesy.
Monday Night Raw is just
Yeah.
so stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Stevie Richards and fucking Tommy
Al
Dreamer.
Snow.
They're gonna invade Raw. Yeah.
All they wanted was like ECW to be the wrestling show. They just wanted like shit to be the wrestling show, and they said no fucking way, no fucking way. We absolutely cannot be that show.
No.
What the fuck, man? Anyways, it's the zombie time.